Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time stopping by, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting me. So my name is Joy William. I'm a Nigerian registered nurse and a USRN, and I just relocated to the US. So I've been getting a lot of questions like what are the steps involved in if you want to become a USRN, and that is what we're going to look into in today's video. So today's video is going to focus on the step-by-step process of becoming a US registered nurse. Let's go there. So the very first thing you need to do if you have decided that you want to be a US registered nurse is to decide on the state board that you want to use. Now this is very important because there are some state board, and when we say state board, we have like 51 states in the US, and all these states have their own board of nursing. So whenever you hear state board of nursing or state board, it simply means that state, like California, board of nursing, North Carolina, board of nursing, Texas, board of nursing. Each of these states have their own board of nursing. So whenever we say decide on state board, it means decide on which states state board of nursing you want to use, you want to apply through to write NCLEX. Now this part is actually very important because there are some state board requirements that needs you to have a social security number. Now you can't get a social security number if you're not in the US. And remember, you want to write NCLEX for you to be in the US. So if you are going to a state that is requiring you to have a social security number, it's not going to be possible because you're not in the US. So it's not going to be possible for you to apply through them to write NCLEX. That's why you often see a lot of persons go with Texas Board of Nursing, because they do not require you to have a social security number. It's not one of their requirements. So first, decide on the board of nursing that you want to use, and also choose a board of nursing that do not require you to have IELTS before your NCLEX. So some state board of nursing requires you to have your English test before you can write NCLEX through them. Now it's not really advisable because this test expires in just 2 years. So if you are not able to round off all the process within this time, your test is going to expire right in your hands. So you do not go with a state board that requires social security number, and you do not go with a state board that requires you to have an English test first before writing NCLEX. Now the second step is the credential evaluation services. Now some persons choose to go with CGFNS, so while other persons go with other evaluation body like Joseph Sling. So you get to decide on which one to go for. Now why most persons go for CGFNS is the fact that after your NCLEX, you need to apply for a visa screen, and most states do not accept visa screen from Joseph Sling, while others do. But CGFNS visa screen is generally acceptable, right? So because of that, a lot of persons prefer to use CGFNS for the whole process, starting from the credential evaluation up to, the visa screen. So you have to decide which one you want to use. Now note that you have to pay all these bodies, organizations that are going to help you with evaluation of your credentials. All right, after that, let's say you choose to use CGFNS, for instance, you have to make the payments depending on how much it costs, and note that all the payments are done with dollars, not any other currency. So once you make the payments, you download the needed forms. That's the transcripts, the one you send to nursing council, the one for your secondary school. You just have to download these forms, fill them, and then send them to the different organizations for them to send the information while you also make the payments. After doing this and sending all the documents that they need, some documents may be sent via courier service like DHL or whichever you choose to use, FedEx, OPS, whichever you choose to use. That is a choice you have to do. So after doing that, it usually takes about 28 days. Immediately they receive all your documents to be uploaded. So immediately all your documents is received, about 28 days or so, you watch out for this document to be uploaded and other processes. So from there, the next step you have to take is to create an account with the Board of Nursing. So in this case, we're going to use Texas Board of Nursing. So let's say you actually choose to use Texas Board of Nursing. You have to create an account with Texas Board of Nursing. That's step 3. You create an account with Texas Board of Nursing, and you're also going to pay. Please note that all these payments are done in dollars, not any other currency, not your own currency. So you have to pay, create the account and make the payments. When you're done with that, you fill out the necessary form, make the payments, depending on the Board of Nursing that you choose to use, which is a choice that you have to make. You proceed to register with the DENGO. For instance, if you're using T-Board, that's Texas Board of Nursing, you have to do the jurisprudence exams, all right? Now, note that some other board may be different. Some other Board of Nursing may have different steps from what I'm giving you now. So what I'm giving you now is focused on Texas Board of Nursing. So you proceed to register with the DENGO and do the FBI criminal check, background check. You still have to pay a DENGO for this. So you got to pay. Yeah, so you pay, you print out the acknowledgement slip, which contains the address where you'll be sending your fingerprint card to. So you pay, make the printing of the documents, and then you thumbprint on the fingerprint card, attach it with the documents where you pay and print it out, attach them together and send it to the address on that document. All right, at this point, you're moving forward. You're actually doing something. Yeah, so the next step is where you write and pass the jurisprudence exams. Now you could register. This jurisprudence exam is actually free. I think this is the only exam, so you have to take it free. So jurisprudence exams is actually free and is an open exams. You could get information about it on the internet. Yeah, so it's an open exams. By open exams, it simply means that you don't need to, you could just get information from internet, write the exams and pass. So you write it as many times as you can to achieve their required scores. Remember, you're not paying for this, so it's totally free. You could write it as many times as you want or as you can to achieve the required score. And when you're done with that, after the exams, your CES report will be issued. Your CES report will be issued if you were using CGFNS. So we're focusing on CGFNS as well as Texas Board of Nursing for the purpose of this video. So your CES report will be issued and you're ready for NCLEX. At this point, you ought to have been studying a long while ago. So before I wrote NCLEX, I had studied for over a year. Yes, NCLEX is tough, but then it is doable. That's the only thing I can say. Of course, it is tough. It's not an exam where you go unprepared, but if you put in proper preparation and you're determined, you can ace NCLEX in your first sitting. A lot of us did that, so you too can. So at this point, you ought to have been ready for NCLEX. So that means you have been studying for a while now before you get to this point. We take it step by step. So this is like the step 5 or step 6. That's the step 6. So you ought to have been studying for a long time. Now, if you're not studying, why? What are you doing? Do you want to waste all the money, go there, write the exams and don't make it? Please join our classes. Our classes is all you need to pass NCLEX. Check on our website, foreignnursglobal.com. Join our classes, and NCLEX at your first. All right, so the next step in the process is to register for NCLEX examination. So you have done every other process. At this point, you have to register for the exams. So when you register for the exams, you will be issued authorization to test. So sometimes you hear persons preparing for NCLEX say ATT. That's simply referring to authorization to test. So once you register for the exams and you have passed through all other processes, you'll be issued an ATT. And at this point, you should be ready, like ready to go. Yeah, so the next step is after submitting all the required documents by the that is required by the Board of Nursing, you'll be issued an ATT. After registering, submit the required documents, you are issued an ATT. By the time you get an ATT, you schedule your exams. You're getting there. So you schedule your exams. After getting your ATT, you're still going to pay to schedule your exams. Please take note. Yeah, you got a lot of payment to make. So you pay to schedule your exams. If you're actually using the UK, you pay $180. If you're using the other centers like Kenya, South Africa, Philippines, you schedule with $150. Yeah, that is basically dependent on the location where you want to write your exams. And at that point, you're ready for NCLEX. So by scheduling, it simply means you've chosen a date. Okay, I'm going to write these exams on December 20th. That's when you've scheduled your exams. And note that for Texas Board of Nursing, their ATT lasts for, I think, about 75 days. Before now, it used to be 6 months and then to 3 months, and currently, it is just 75 days. So once you get ATT, within 75 days, you have to schedule the exams and write it. Because if you don't do that, then once your ATT expires, you are going to start off the process all over again. And it's not something you would want. So you have to schedule your exams within that time period and ensure that you write the exams and also ensure that you pass, because this process is not what you repeat twice. All right, so the next step will include, applying for visa, getting your visa to whatever country you want to write the exams, and then going there to write the exams. And also passing, that shouldn't leave your head. In the process of NCLEX, you have to tell yourself that no matter what it's going to take, you have to pass NCLEX. Is either you pass or you pass. There is no second option. Yeah, so those are the steps that you take if you want to write NCLEX. So I hope this is helpful. And note that we can take you from the start to the finish of this whole process. All you need to do is send us a DM and tell us you're interested in this service, and then we'll take it up from there. You could also log into our website, foreignnursglobal.com. You could reach out via our social media like the Facebook. We are here to take off the burden from your head. So send us a DM, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget, put on our notification bell and watch out for the next mind-blowing video that is coming. See you then. Bye.